Kofi Bartels. I'm morning good to all our callers and listeners.
It's your voice that drives the conversation on the Morning Crossfire.
Weekdays, 5 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Your opinions, your stories, your take on the hot topics shaping our city and nation. We want to hear from you.
The president is aware that we have a security problem here.
I don't know which area you stay in Lagos. There is no light again. Oh. These investors, I don't know hearing that there is no light in Nigeria.
Whether somebody loots or somebody will not loot, a lot of things will happen.
Why is Tinubu doing this to us?
Join Kofi Bartels for engaging debates, expert insights, and your voice at the heart of every discussion. Don't just listen, participate. Tune in and be part of the conversation. Only on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
To be considered today has 156 clauses, and we are going to vote on them for them to become the parts of this legislation that governs our election in Nigeria. So I'll just put the question, having gone through it with you time and again. I'll put the question, clause 1 to 10. Clause 11 to 20. No. Clause 21 to 30.
Carry. Point of order. Point of order. Point of order. Point of order. Point of order.
Clause 30 to 40.
Point of order. Mr. Chairman, you are not reading. We want to know. Point of order. Point of order, Mr. Chairman. You are not reading. Point of order. Point of order. Point of order. Point of order. No.
All right, that's the Morning Crossfire right here on 99.3 Nigerian. For us, you may well know, the Senate and House of Representatives have passed the 2026 electoral amendment bill, Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2026, with several clauses, including the contentious Clause 60 Sub 3, of course, which now, going by what they have said, is going to allow for not just electronic of polling unit results, but also a manual backup. It was a war of words. It was a rowdy session at the House of Representatives yesterday, like you just when the members insisted that their voices should be heard. They went into an executive session, and when they opened up to the world for us to see what was happening there on camera, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, had vacated his seat, and the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Kalu of Abia State, was the one presiding over proceedings. And like you heard, he was taking the vote on the sections, amended sections of the Electoral Act, 10 at a time. And the members said no. Honorable Representative said no, you cannot ask us to vote on the clauses 10 at a time. That means that you're going to jump over clause 60 sub 3. And then he started going one at a time. But as one of the members of the House of Representatives said, that the Deputy Speaker seemed to have been railroading them by not listening to what they had to say. They had to call him to order. But at the end of the day, the Senate's version of the amendment stood. So what you have now is that it is not mandatory to upload and transmit the polling unit results electronically anymore. The Form EC8A can suffice as well. In the Senate, it was no different. Senator Enyinnaya Barrier of Abia State as well was able to have his way this time as what happened last time by forcing a division where each member had to raise up their hand to say we support or we against this bill, the amendment. And at the end of the day, you know what happened. We are joined today by the National Publicity Secretary of the African Democratic Congress, a former sports minister, Mr. Bolaji Abdullahi. Mr. Abdullahi, good morning to you. Thank you very much for your time. And thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
All right. I don't know if any of my colleagues who have you in the programs introduce us from our sports minister, but I said to start that way. Yes, indeed. Anyway, what is the position of the ADC regarding what happened yesterday at the National Assembly?
Well, thank you very much. Our initial reaction is watching the spectacle in the National Assembly. Watching the spectacle in the National Assembly, our initial reaction is that what happened was quite disgraceful. It does not make our country look good before the rest of the world, because it was obvious that the leadership of the National Assembly had come to the meetings yesterday with premeditated conclusions, and that you could see in the manner in which the principal officer, I think Benjamin Kalu, was conducting the proceeding yesterday at the House of Representatives, that he was determined, they were determined to railroad other members of the House of Representatives into the conclusions that they've already reached. For us, what happened was condemnable, was a disgrace, and we begin to think that the All Progressive Congress, the ruling party, is fast becoming the most dangerous threat to our democracy in the manner of impunity and recklessness that you see. But we are going to have a meeting as a party and alongside other opposition parties to conclude on how to respond to this. But that's our initial reaction.
Okay, interesting. I must point out to you and those listening to us from around the world and in Lagos State that we reached out to the speaker, the spokesperson, the National Publicity Secretary for the All Progressives Congress, Felix Moka, Esquire, who declined. He said they had some activities, the party registration was going on, and he was not able to join. Is Abdullahi a lawyer as well?
No, I'm not a lawyer. I'm a journalist.
Oh, yes, sorry. I know we have journalists who are lawyers. So I just want to be sure. Yes. I just want the public to know we reached out to Felix Moka, who is unable to join. Maybe at some other point he'll be able to join us for the conversation. All right, 0201-277-0993 and 0201-465-7190. 0201-277-0993 and 0201-465-7190. Please have your say on what happened yesterday, what transpired yesterday at the National Assembly. Sir, do you have members of the ADC in the National Assembly? I don't think you have a seat yet. Do you have a seat?
No, we do. We have a couple of members, I don't have the number now, who have joined our party in recent weeks, both at the Senate and the House of Representatives.
Where were they yesterday? I don't think I saw them in ADC.
No, of course they were there. I mean, the voice of dissent that you were hearing, much of the voice of dissent you were hearing, people insisting that the speaker must take everything line by line, and the rowdy session that followed, and people recriminating with the APC. Those are some of the voices that of the opposition. And you mentioned Abaribe in the Senate and a couple of others, Yoreti Kingibe and the rest of them. So they are opposition, and they made their voices heard. Okay. But at the end of the day, it appears that the APC was determined to achieve what they wanted to achieve, contrary to, regardless of what Nigerians wanted. And the question we keep asking ourselves is, whose interest does it serve that we don't have an election process that implicitly commands the confidence of an average Nigerian voter? Whose interest is this serving? And why are we still leaving it to discretion in 2026 at the use of electronic collation or transmission of results? So they've moved from giving all kind of lame excuses about infrastructure and capability of INEC And we wonder why they were the ones arguing for INEC. They've not invited INEC and asked INEC, are you able to transmit in real time election results? And for INEC to give, if INEC were the ones saying, oh no, we are not able to because of XYZ reason, maybe it would be understandable. But INEC has repeatedly maintained that they have the capability to transmit election results real time. So we wonder why the National Assembly continue to be the cog in the wheel of Nigeria's progress in terms of election. I mean, when I say National Assembly, I'm talking of the APC-dominated National Assembly. And I would have wished the spokesperson of APC, my brother Felix Moka, was able to come here this morning. We'll have asked him this question: why is your party setting back democracy in Nigeria? Why are you preparing the grounds that will give loophole for people to exploit to rig the next election? Because that's what they are doing.
Okay, Mr. Abdullahi, one of our listeners earlier this morning when we started our program made a point that the democratic instruments were used in arriving at this final wording of Clause 60, Sub 3. Democratic instruments were used. It wasn't imposed, there was a vote, and the ayes had it. Is that not?
We've seen all manner of shenanigans. Ayes having it. I mean, there are some allegations that there are some allegations. I mean, there are all sorts of things we're hearing. I don't have any evidence, so I don't want to continue. I don't want to repeat it. But we know how those decisions were arrived at.
What were we hearing?
No, like I said, I don't have any evidence, and I don't want anybody to say, okay, where is the evidence? Because they know what they do behind closed doors, and we know what they do. They know what they do.
Did money exchange?
They know what they are.
Do you have a? Okay,
well, I mean, we had that where they were induced, and that's not going to be completely strange to us because it's a familiar thing.
Who induced who?
I mean, you are making me say things
allegedly. Allegedly.
I don't want to say that, but I'm just telling you that what you call democratic decision may not be democratic at all. In the first place, quite fundamentally, where does the National Assembly derive its legitimacy? Is it not from the people? And the people have marched out. They have said it loud and clear that they wanted a real-time transmission of election results. So even if it was arrived at a democratic process of people voting, but we know what happened. And we know that the question we should ask ourselves is, why were they not interested in real-time transmission of results? Why are they against it? Why are they opposed to it?
Mr. Abdullahi, what is your premise to conclude that all Nigerians want mandatory real-time
I didn't say all Nigerians. I say most Nigerians.
Okay. On what basis are you able to reach that conclusion that most Nigerians want?
I mean, we can gauge public feelings on every issue, and I'll give you one example.
But you don't have hard data.
I'll give you an example. If you allow me to say it, I'll give you an example.
Yes.
When last year the president announced pardon for some prisoners under the Prerogative of Mercy Act, including drug peddlers. How did they go about? Why did they rescind the decision? In the end, it was public outcry that forced them to rescind that decision. How did we get the public outcry? How did we know that this was what Nigerians wanted? So it's the same way. You cannot ask me if I had conducted a poll. But you are a journalist. You know how we get public mood.
Okay, are you counting the number of people who were at the National Assembly voting? We're not even up to 2,000.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, we're not just in the National Assembly. The National Assembly members they are representatives of a people. And what I will expect you to ask me is whether there are Nigerians today who are saying that they are opposed to real-time transmission of results. If you know of one Nigerian that has said that it's not part of this federal government, that is not part of the APC,
a plebiscite has not been conducted to know how many Nigerians support and how many Nigerians oppose it.
I think you are nitpicking.
No,
because if you were not nitpicking, If you're not nitpicking, I've repeatedly maintained that we know how we gauge public opinion, and I've just said.
Okay, how do we gauge, Mr. Abdullahi? How do we gauge public opinion?
So what I'm saying is, I expect you to tell me that there are Nigerians who are saying that they don't want real-time.
They are Nigerians, but you used to, Mr. Abdullahi used the word. You used the word most, and I'm asking you, how did you come to the conclusion that most?
I don't want us to detain ourselves with these technicalities. You said most, you said many. The fundamental. I'm sure you didn't drag me out of my bed to debate these technicalities with you. The most important question is that the most important issue here is that the National Assembly, whether by consensus, whether by division, have arrived at a decision that has set back Nigeria's electoral process, has further given room for people who would want to rig election. And we as opposition political parties are opposed to it.
Okay.
So that is the most important point for us.
That is true, which is the most important point. But it is on record that you are saying, and I have a right to ask you a question on that, Mr. Abdullahi, that most that most Nigerians want mandatory electronic transmission of polling unit results. And I ask you, what is your basis for that? Why? How do we arrive at that question? We arrived at that question because I asked you. I said one of my listeners this morning made a point, and it was a good point. Okay, which you can respond to either way, that every decision that has been arrived in the wording of clause 60 sub 3 was done democratically, that the Constitution empowers the members of the House of Representatives, both the minority and the majority, okay, to vote. And sir, having been a former Minister of Sports and also a politician and a journalist, before, that in democracy, the minority will have their say, but the majority will have their way. And this is what has happened.
Okay, now I'm asking you. Okay, can I ask you?
Please.
Do you agree that it's possible for the National Assembly to arrive at the wrong decision democratically?
The wrong decision is relative. To you, it's wrong. To other people, it may be right. But I think the most important thing is, was it done democratically?
I'm not talking of a particular. Since you want us to go down,
Mr. Abdullahi, I'm the one who meant to ask you a question. So
I'm asking, is it possible for them to arrive at the wrong decision democratically? Because if you are saying that they can arrive at the wrong decision democratically, and they can also arrive at the right decision undemocratically, but is it possible for them to arrive at the wrong decision democratically?
Yes.
If the answer is yes.
If I must give an honest answer, yes.
Yes, then we can focus on the substance of their conclusions rather than the procedure. I think the person saying this is just being legalistic about this, saying that it's democratic. No, if 10 armed robbers gather together and decide to rob a place, then nine of them voted for yes, and one of them said no, then they can say it was a democratic decision to go and rob. So I'm saying that it is possible for them to arrive at the wrong decision democratically. And in my place, standing here speaking for the opposition political party, African Democratic Congress, I'm saying that the decision was wrong. It is not in anybody's benefit that they allow the discretionary opportunity for people to choose whether to upload results real time or not.
Okay, all right. I certainly want to argue if you say it's possible to arrive at a wrong decision democratically. That is true. That is true. We have our next listener on the line, 99.3. Your name, location, and
Gift from Lagos Island.
All right,
Gift from Lagos Island.
Okay.
Kofi, if people want to arrive at a decision democratically, I feel it should be in a clear democratic process. Hope you can hear me clearly.
Yeah.
Why are we still having voice votes in this 21st century? Why can't every senator or every house of reps state your name, cast your vote, and we'll know where you stand? And you're saying you can't gauge public opinion. Kofi, you do a poll. Set up a poll on your Instagram page or any of your handles. People should vote and see the numbers that will come out. This thing can be gauged on social media, on the streets of Lagos. They're telling me you want the person that will make things easier.
I was taught statistics by Dr. Isuri Unical. You can't rely on Twitter or IG to come to a verifiable conclusion. However,
Kofi, that's what I'm saying. That why can't we do this thing like in a referendum style? People should cast their votes whether they support or not.
Okay.
So we'll know where everybody stands.
Thank you. But I mean, the man has said it all, that you can arrive at wrong decisions democratically. The fact that you took it, the majority. But that is the reality of democracy. Unfortunately, but I'm not arguing with my guest's point. His view or position is a wrong decision, and he's gauging public sentiment. Of course, it's right that most Nigerians are demanding for real-time mandatory electronic upload. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. All right, please stay with us.
Conversation, more talk, more right after this.
That special secret that awakens taste buds. Mouth-watering wonder with awesome aroma.
Terra Seasoning Cube turns your meals into a masterpiece.
Unwrap joy, unleash taste. Hey, come cook with Terra Cubes. Come cook with Terra.
Win from over 80 million naira in cash and exciting prizes in the Golden Hunt promo.
This promo, there's no need for advert anymore.
Because
my mom alone can hunt down any gist. How much more 80 million naira in prizes with the whole family involved?
Naija, let the Golden Hunt begin. Just buy any Golden Morn Golden Hunt 30 gram or 45 gram promo pack. Look inside for a unique code and dial *8011*1# for a chance to win big. Promo ends April 15, 2026. Golden Morn. Make every day golden.
No matter where you are, city or out of town, you deserve a great reliable connection. The Airtel 5G Smart Connect not only delivers that, but also gives you unlimited data to stream, download, and browse in your home or office. It also comes with wider coverage and super fast speed, all for just 25,000 naira. Visit the nearest Airtel shop to start enjoying unlimited data now. Airtel.
Mom's love is pure. It's so no she does. Mom's special jollof puts a smile on your face. Mom's love is right. Cheers you up. Mom's tasty stew nourishes the family. Golden Terra oil, tasty. Golden Terra oil, nourishing. Golden Terra oil, Golden Terra soya oil.
Golden Terra Oil helps mom pour her love in the tasty, nourishing meals she cooks for her family. Golden Terra Oil, pour pure love.
Unstoppable you, fueling your vitality the whole day through. Embrace each challenge with renewed might. With Supermalt, your performance takes flight.
With 20 essential vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, one Supermalt multivitamin after breakfast every day keeps you going.
Little body, big moves. Little brain, big learning. Your little child is eager to do big things. Every sachet of Cerelac Junior comes with the nutrition they need: natural grains, protein, and iron to support their physical growth, learning, and development. So you can fully enjoy your little one's big moments of growth.
When you sprinkle, every meal feels so right. Taste maker. When you stir, the color shines so bright. Taste maker. When you serve, it's pure delight. Taste maker. Taste maker by Terra. The flavor you can feel.
From jollof to stews, from soups to sauce, Tastemaker seasoning powder makes everything taste so good. Sprinkle, stir, serve.
Tastemaker.
Ladies and
Gentlemen, make some noise with a shutdown with a new flavor from Five Alive. Five Alive mango with a sweet past gist for corner. Oh yeah, make we loud down. Five Alive mango don't land. New refreshing Five Alive mango flavor. Grab it, taste it, loud it.
Oh, lunch. Guys, I'm going for lunch. Please, put more stew. Nice meal. My chest.
Suffering from heartburn and indigestion? Try Just Eat. Just Eat is a brand of aluminium and magnesium hydroxide and simethicone. Just Eat is available in suspension and tablets. Remedy for heartburn, indigestion, flatulence, and acidity.
Jested, now available in new packs. If symptoms persist after 3 days, please see your doctor. Read leaflet inside.
Good tasty food is worth living for. Worried about your oil every time you enjoy your favorite meal? Introducing Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil. Smart Balance Rice Bran Oil is rich in gamma oryzanol. Several studies suggest that gamma oryzanol may contribute to the reduction of bad cholesterol. Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil. Good food, no worries.
From Sahur to Iftar, the delicious nourishment of Bonvita helps your family stay strong this Ramadan. Fortified with nourishing vitamins for mental vitality and physical strength. Enjoy Bonvita with your loved ones to stay nourished and ready to win every day this Ramadan. Ramadan Kareem.
Bonvita. Prepare to win every day.
Guy, I think I met the love of my life today. Oh yeah, drop this gist as it is. I was about to talk to her when she entered the bus.
Yeah, sad that you didn't talk to her.
Which guy? I followed her into the bus.
You almost had me.
Of course, I was going to sit next to her when one old baba looked at me. So I had to give up my seat.
Which kind story be this now?
So I decided to write a note.
Finally, victory.
But wind blew it.
Instead of you to go closer.
Trust me now. I did. You know, as soon as someone else stood up beside her, I swiftly sat beside her, checked my breath and all. Anyways, guess who has a date tonight?
Enjoy confidence to go closer with Close Up that gives you lasting fresh breath and full antibacterial protection, because in life, closer is better.
How do we make our cooking come alive? Oh, for that tasty meal where you like, oh, I mean, you want cook food to impress, oh,
Whether it's jollof or na stew, even for porridge or spaghetti, cook to impress with Pepe Terra.
Yeah, Pepe Terra.
Each day comes new stories,
new reports, new discovery.
Presidency spends 34 billion naira on travels in 2 years.
There is nothing you can do about it. This is our money, our president is spending.
The defection of members of the Labour Party in Alimosho to the ADC were violently disrupted.
Governors remain leaders of the APC in states. Credited to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
You go there and see arrogant in people they call nurses and doctors.
INEC says it has completed an internal timetable for the 2027 general election.
No way America can come and do this. Let them come and tell me again that Nigeria is a sovereign country.
Anyone that can put an end to this problem in this country, I beg, may they not help us.
It's all part of the conversation.
Right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
Senator Abaribe, motion for decision. It's about everything. On the other hand, sir, I also want to say, if the essence of okay, Senator. Okay, so Senator Abaribe, motion for decision. It's about everything. On the other hand, sir, I also want to say, if the essence of his call for division is for him or any other person with due respect, who wants Nigerians to see where he stands? Or who especially wants his political party to see where he stands? Let it be so. We are not doing anything here based on emotions or sentiment.
Yes.
We are not doing anything here because we want people to clap for us. We are here doing things in overriding public interest.
Point of order by the leader sustained. I have stated time without number. The last time Senator Abaribe withdrew his call for division, he was attacked on the social media. He has a right. Yes, it's an opportunity for him to correct it. So what Senator Abaribe is asking for, Senator Plan, what Senator Abaribe is asking for is that he would like to be seen there in the social media.
Mr. President, that is not true. I am talking for Nigerians, not from Senator Abaribe. I want Nigerians to know. I want Nigerians to know.
Okay, Senator. Okay, so Senator Abaribe.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, welcome back. Still with us, the National Publicity Secretary of the African Democratic Congress, Mr. Bolaji Abdullahi. Of course, you can call 0201-277-0993 and 0201-465-7190. Those are studio lines, 0201-277-0993 and 0201-465-7190. You want to watch us from anywhere in the world? We're streaming live on our Facebook page. Search for Nigeria Space Info Space 99.3, or you can search for Nigeria Info FM on YouTube. On Facebook, search for Nigeria Info 99.3, or you can search for Nigeria Info FM on YouTube. We have with us the National Publicity Secretary of the African Democratic Congress, Mr. Bolaji Abdullahi. Of course, he's here with us to speak and tell us what the party thinks, and his own opinion, analysis of what transpired yesterday at the floor of the Senate and House of Reps, where the National Assembly retained manual backup for result transmission, effectively removing or refusing to allow mandatory electronic transmission of polling unit results. Mr. Lai, good to have you, and once again, thank you very much for your time. Let's move on to the next phase of the conversation. The reality, the feasibility of mandatory real-time electronic upload or transmission, rather, of polling unit results. Some have argued that that is not feasible, it is not realistic, and it is impossible. What's your take on that?
Well, I mean, the decision by the APC-dominated National Assembly to keep Nigeria's election process at a level that it can still be easily manipulated, like I said, is a national and as well as global disgrace. Others, even in West Africa, will still wonder what the hell is wrong with Nigerians. Why are they opposed to progress? But for us as opposition party, it only heightened our alertness, and it only says that our work is cut out, which is to ensure that every single vote that is casted for our party actually counts, and that we have to put in place strategy for policing our votes. If they think that they can steal the votes in 2027, I think they will have it coming. The African Democratic Congress is aware of what they are capable of doing, and we will be ready for them. If that is the reason, which we believe is the reason.
What do you suspect? So can you break this down? The reason you are, what do you expect? What's the suspect?
No, they want to rig the election. They want to continue to have the opportunity to rig the election. That's obvious. What other reason?
How do they want to rig it?
Okay, now the law says if the president assents to it, which he will, that's what he wants. The law says you can do real-time transmission of results where feasible. So that leaves it at the discretion of every electoral officer at the polling unit to say it is feasible or it's not feasible. They don't even have to give a reason. So, and when they say it's not feasible, then we are back to square one, where we were in the last election. So what progress have we made? So that's why we said they deliberately created that loophole, that discretion, because discretion removes accountability.
So what are you going to do as a party to overcome this? If you feel
I've just told you that we have our own strategy to ensure that our votes are not stolen.
What is the strategy?
And we will. No. I can't. You don't expect me to start having that conversation here on radio. You know, we can be having that conversation, but we will be ready. It only makes our job.
It's the same thing Obedience said last election, that we have a strategy. We are, we will do this. Nothing happens. No, you may choose to agree with me or disagree with me that we have a strategy. That's absolutely your right. But you asked me a question and I've tried to answer to the best of my ability. That means that the ADC does not care whether electronic transmission of polling unit results is mandatory or not, even if it's all done manually.
We do care. We do care. And like I told you earlier before we went on break, that the opposition parties are going to sit down and critically review this development. And because what you asked me was my reaction to what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Right? So on the general issue of electronic transmission of results, the opposition parties will meet to have a conversation on this and decide collectively, because it collectively imperils all of us. So we're going to sit down and decide how to respond to this in a practical way.
Mr. Abdullahi,
isn't
it too little, too late? That you haven't perfected your strategy as of now. You have to now sit down and decide what to do when the party you want to take out, they have already completed their strategy.
Maybe I'm not making myself clear enough. I'm talking about two things. I'm talking about our reaction to this, the decision of the National Assembly. Then I'm also talking about the 2027 election. So I'm saying that regarding our reaction to this National Assembly disgraceful action, the opposition parties will meet to agree on how to respond in a more demonstrative way beyond just condemning.
Okay.
So, and then I'm saying that regarding 2027, if they think if they do get away with this, then they will find that we are prepared for whatever they are planning to do in 2027. So I'm making 2 points.
Okay. We still have with us Mr. Bolaji Abdullahi, former Minister of Sports and currently, of course, the National Publicity Secretary of the African Democratic Congress. We're taking your thoughts now, 020127709993. Hello. Yes, your name, location, and academy.
Okay, my name is Yusuf calling from Ikeja.
Go ahead quickly.
Okay, yes. So first, I want to ask your guest that they are against this new law. What happens when the presiding officer cannot transmit from the polling unit?
What happens when the what?
So when the presiding officer cannot transmit successfully from the polling unit, what is the next thing that will do?
Hold on.
Will they just leave the result like that?
What's your name?
So can you answer? I'm Yusuf.
Okay, hold on. Mr. Abdullahi, Yusuf is asking what happens when the electoral officer cannot transmit the results from the polling unit. Should he abandon from EC8A? Yusuf, stay with me.
Why can they transmit results from? Look, I'm from Kwara State. The argument they make is, there are no internet penetration or network penetration in some parts of the country. But in deep forests, we saw bandits making videos and transmitting it in deep forests in this country, parading videos of people they have kidnapped, even arguing with government the number of people they actually kidnapped. We've seen this. I'm sure you've seen it as a journalist. You've seen this. There is no part of this country.
Let me say this.
Most important. No. You see, what is mandatory is mandatory. The question of, okay, if it doesn't work, then this. If it doesn't work, then this. The people who have a duty, I'm not an electoral officer, but I'm saying that the people who have a duty, INEC, did the National Assembly invite them to ask them this question you are asking me? To say,
okay, so let me add
are you capable?
I've been a presiding officer before. I think in like 3 elections. Hello, can you hear me? Hello,
yeah,
are you still there?
I can hear you.
Hello. Okay, so I said I've been a presiding officer before, so I know how the election works. This thing can actually happen. So there needs to be an alternative. If it fails, I think that's what the law is talking about. And the politicians, we know it, they are crooked fellows. Someone can go and get a device that will even arrest network at some polling units if they know that they've lost this polling unit and they don't want the results to be transmitted. And you are leaving this thing to the hands of the court. If they go ahead and sign that, okay, let's pass that, it must be migratory and we only use what is on IREF. Then tomorrow, someone that lost a polling unit, take a device, arrest the network, they cannot transmit. We'll go to court and say, okay, because they did not transmit this thing to IREF, they should cancel that result. Is that what we want? So there needs to be an alternative. If this thing I
think you are telling us
from ECA to see the primary source of data. So and IREF is not a coalition portal. It's just for you to show some level of transparency in what we are doing. At the end of the day, we'll still use this from ECA to collect results, because when there's a difference between what we have physically and what is online, then
Yusuf,
that's very okay.
I think my
what
guest,
is on IREF.
Yusuf, I guess this wants to respond to what you're saying.
Okay, all right.
I mean, Mr. Yusuf, thank you for your experience and your insight. But what you have done is to tell us why this is not possible. If smaller countries, you see, it's embarrassing for people to speak like this, that something is not possible in Nigeria, when smaller countries are doing it. Why was Ghana able to do it? Why was Kenya able to do it? Where are countries that don't have our capacity, our resources, our human resources, our material resources? Why were they able to do it? And you say you've been an electoral officer. Did the National Assembly invite INEC? That is the fundamental question. Because INEC have repeatedly maintained that they can do it. They have the capability to do it. Did they invite INEC to say we can't do it?
All right.
So when people want to make argument for why something should not be done, you always find argument why you say something should not be done.
Okay.
But what we are saying is that wherever you leave discretion, then you remove the basis for accountability.
Okay.
And that is the fear.
All right, Ms. Abdullahi, stay with me, please. We have an next listener, 99.3. Your name?
Sir.
Yeah, what's your name, please?
Yeah, Kofi. I'm back from Elasa.
Okay, please go.
Yeah, the point that your guest makes, that Mr. Mba stands, is this. Why can't Senate, if they don't have any skeleton in their cupboard, invite INEC before Nigerians and question them? You know, a lot of money have marked for this election. Ask them, are they capable to transform the results? Then if INEC say no, then they can stand on it. If there is INEC say yes, then they can go to the mind of Nigeria. Mr. Ma want to tell Nigerians that the reason why they don't want it is that after 2027 election, you will find all those people, just like what happened in Lagos State. APC won everything. You will see all of them come back to Senate.
Thank you.
Them still covering the wickedness that is state, because they are not there for the masses.
Thank you.
It's wickedness.
Thank you.
And Nigeria should stand against them.
All right, we have another listener here. 99.3. Quickly, your name, location, and contribution.
Yeah, Kenny from Shomolu. Kofi, I'll put my support behind the ADC person. So I'm not going to talk so much about the issue. All I want to do is to remind the National Assembly members that they are the reason why Nigerians are treated the way they're treated at the airport when we present our green passport. I also want them to remember that the former British Prime Minister, unknown to him, he had a mic next to him, and he said that our leadership are fantastically corrupt.
All right.
They are demarketing Nigeria. They need to remember that, and posterity will remember them.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully for good.
Thank you.
They change. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you, Kenny. Thank you. 99.3, your name, location, and contribution.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Bishop.
Quickly, your name, Kofi, your name, location, and contribution. My name is Kofi Bartels.
Okay, my name is Barrister Peter Oko, and I'm calling from Mende, Maryland.
Okay, please go on, sir.
Yeah. Kudos to you, Mr. Sharif.
My name is Kofi Bartels. You first call me Jimmy Disu. He call me Kofi is the name, sir.
Okay. Sorry.
No problem. Your point is more important. Your point.
Yes. My point on this issue of electronic voting is that, you see, Nigerians are very, very apprehensive because of the trust gap between this APC-led government and the majority of Nigerian voters.
Okay.
Right from the inception.
Okay, sir.
You know, when Mr. Bolaji Tinubu took over, he told us that he made an empty treasury.
All right, sir.
And up to today, they have not investigated to know who left an empty treasury. So there's a trust gap. That is the problem.
Thank you, Barrister, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Mr. Abdullahi, what is the ideology of the African Democratic Congress? Hello?
What do you mean by what is the ideology of the African Democratic Congress?
What is the ideology? It's a simple, plain, and easy to understand question.
No. It's not as simple as you think. It's not as simple as you make it sound. Because I've had this conversation elsewhere, and I said that the African
you have an ideology?
Of course we do.
So what is that ideology?
Our philosophy. Our primary philosophy as African Democratic Congress is to put the interest of Nigerians first.
Are you leftist? Are you rightist? Are you left of center? Are you right of center?
I know that is where you are
going.
You see, don't let us engage in this. You see, what we probably don't understand is that when we say leftist, rightist, left of what and right of what? I'm asking you a question. Left of what?
Okay, so what is your philosophy then? What is your philosophy as a party?
No, I've just told you, but you are now trying to impose a label. So I'm asking you, left of what and right of what?
I'm leaving it open to you. I'm giving you a black check. What is your philosophy or ideology, sir?
I've just told you that the philosophy of the African Democratic Congress is to put the people first in everything we do, whether it's economy, whether it's politics, whether it's governance. The interest of the people will come first. You can say we are social welfare, but what ADC is concerned with is how do we improve the quality of life of the ordinary Nigerian? How do we make Nigerians better? How do we create a foundation on which an average Nigerian can build on to improve their life? That is the primary concern and preoccupation of the African Democratic Congress.
So you are people-centered?
We are people-centered, if that's the way you want to call it.
All right. There are some people in your party, those who have decamped, from other parties to your party, who have a record of people-centered policies. But there are many others who have no record of people-centered policies. How do you reconcile that? Does this mean your party? Is welcoming people who do not align with its philosophy?
I mean, in every political party, you have people with different perspectives. I mean, when you join a party and you know what that party stands for, it means that you are ready to subscribe to the principle of that party. Okay. So by agreeing to join the ADC, it means that those individuals you mentioned have agreed to put the interest of Nigerians first, and that is why they have come to the ADC.
So your ideology is populism. Populism, that is your ideology.
Not populism. Kofi, I will caution you to stop throwing these labels around. Because you said earlier, you mentioned left, center. Did you realize that actually derives from the French Revolution? It means those who sit on the left of the aisle and those who sit on the right of the aisle. And that's why they say left or left of the center or right of the center. So don't impose on us paradigms that are outdated.
But you have to stand for something. We have different schools. You just said you do what the people want. That's populism. There are
Yeah,
different
but
kinds of populism.
when you begin to say things like populism, progressivism, all these isms, we don't care. ADC does not care. You see, what I'm saying is that we are grounded enough to understand that Nigerians are not interested in these isms. Nigerians are interested in what our party will do to improve their quality of life. And if you allow me for one moment, I will tell you that the APC advertises itself as a progressive party, but they have been more neoliberal and conservative than the most conservative and neoliberal government in the world.
Do you currently have a manifesto?
Their economic policy. But can you align their manifesto with what they have done?
Does the ADC currently have a manifesto that is accessible to the public?
I'm sure as a journalist you will know that we inaugurated our policy committee about 2 weeks ago to do just this thing.
Okay.
So this question you're asking me.
All right. So we'll wait for that to come out. But we have to leave it at that. Mr. Abdullahi, it's been a pleasure having you. We'll have you back again. Hopefully, Felix Moka will agree to come. Bolaji Abdullahi, former Minister of Sports and the National Public Secretary of the African Democratic Congress. Thank you, sir, for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Kofi. It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much. That's the Morning Crossfire. See you tomorrow. Have a great day. Good morning.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.